Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host, here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again, and welcome to Free League Publishing Week here on the Gaming Gang channel. That's right, all week long I will be sharing news, first looks, and reviews of various Free League Publishing role-playing game releases. And of course, I am kicking off with my review of Vaesen, Seasons of Mystery from Free League Publishing. It is written by Niels Heinz, Thomas Herenstam, Gabriel de Bourg, and Kiku Puck Herenstam, with artwork provided by Johan Egerkrans and Anton Vitus. This 98-page hardcover with PDF carries an MSRP of $39.99, or you can grab just the PDF alone over at DriveThruRPG for $19.99. All that said, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Seasons of Mystery for Vaesen. A few things I want to mention before I jump on in. First of all, my friends over at Free League Publishing were kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this review with you. These days, it's very important that you know that. We're also not going to look at each and every page of the book, but I do want to give you a very good feel for what's inside Seasons of Mystery and share my thoughts about these adventures too. Which leads me to my last point. This is an adventure book, so if you are a player and your game master is running Vaesen, or maybe you're hoping they'll run it, or maybe they're looking at picking up Seasons of Mystery, definitely recommend tune out now. Even though I'm going to try to stay away from major spoilers, there are going to be some spoilers. And of course, you don't want all the surprises and scares ruined because you watched this review. Now, having said that, be sure to let your game master know about this video, because if they are considering picking up Seasons of Mystery, that way, now they can approach it to make an informed buying decision. All right, let's dive on in. First thing I do want to mention, and I say this all the time whenever we are taking a look at Vaesen releases, I love the artwork. I really do. I like it quite a lot. I think it captures the essence of this role-playing game fantastically. I think it's very clean. It's very crisp. It's got a very particular style to it. So I love it. As far as production quality, once again, top-notch from Free League Publishing. Nice, thick paper. This book will hold up to repeated use at your game table. So inside Seasons of Mystery, we have 4 adventures, each of them taking place in a season of the year. So we're going to kick off with A Dance with Death, which is in springtime. Now, all of these adventures do assume that your player characters are part of a society in Sweden that is contacted to investigate various unusual goings-on and things of that sort, kind of like a late 19th century, early 20th century X-Files without the government backing. And I definitely recommend running these adventures in that region. Now, of course, there are little notes here. If you want to run these adventures in the UK, you can. But I got to say that even not knowing much about Sweden, I really do think the players and game master will get far more enjoyment out of this if you keep the adventures located where they are as far as the book goes. So our first adventure, it's kind of a toss-up. I really like the first adventure and the final adventure quite a bit in this book. And one of the things I really like about this adventure is that we have a variety of NPCs, and there is kind of an underlying theme of secret desire and unspoken love, and what happens when you allow yourself to long for something that maybe you can't have and what it will drive you to do. As with just about all of the Vaesen adventures, this does have kind of a lighter tone than you would find with, say, a Call of Cthulhu adventure for the most part. But the consequences of failure for the player characters tends to be pretty dire and in some cases catastrophic for the area that the adventurers are investigating. So we've got this first adventure, which features a Vaesen known as the Neck. And problem here is the Neck is very lonely. But a bigger problem is the lengths he will go to alleviate that loneliness are pretty downright despicable. Pretty bad Vaesen there. Our next adventure, Fireheart, probably already, just by taking a look at the artwork, can guess that this includes a dragon. Oh yeah, it certainly does. And it is a slumbering dragon. And it is possible that the player characters won't encounter the dragon, depending on their actions that they take, until the climax of this adventure. Another good adventure here, it is focused on stolen dragon gold and dragon flame, and the dragon wants it back, as well as the disease that dragon gold actually brings upon humans, how the more they're exposed to it, the more that they just want to get more gold, more riches. It's all they can think about. So I like this one quite a bit. And this is a situation where if the player characters fail in their attempts to resolve the issue with the dragon, the entire area could be burned to the ground. And then we, of course, get some stat blocks for the dragon. Next, we have the Devil on the Moor. This is an interesting tale. It features a Vaesen, which is the spirit of a dead child, which has become a myling. The spirit is vengeful against an individual who owns this journal from their father. This NPC really has nothing to do with this spirit outside of the fact that they happen to own this journal. And the myling despises, it hates anything to do with their father and that journal. And the player characters need to realize what is going on, what the Vaesen is, and to put it to rest, they need to reunite the spirit with their mother who is dead. So they need to bury the child's bones with the mother's bones. A very sad kind of gothic tale going on here. And then lastly, we have A Winter's Tale, which obviously enough takes place during winter. And the player characters find themselves at this inn. This inn is a location that's fairly remote, and it is a place during the winter where people are amazed at how well supplied this inn is and how it is a kind of a sanctuary for people and animals during the winter. And we have a Vaesen here that is not evil. And I like when we get stories for Vaesen where the creature isn't some diabolical monster, but maybe they're just misunderstood. I really like this adventure quite a lot. And one of the interesting aspects here is that the players can easily be sidetracked by some of the NPCs who have their own theories about what's going on in the adventure. And if they follow these NPCs' theories, things are actually going to get far worse than they have been. Something else that I really like about this adventure is just how winter itself is an NPC. This could be a really fun adventure to run and really try to make the player characters feel as if they're isolated and the death grip of the winter cold is closing in on them. And then we're going to wrap up. We have got some handouts for your players. And that is what we find inside Vaesen, Seasons of Mystery. All right, let's swing on over to the other camera so I can share some final thoughts and give Seasons of Mystery a review score. I really do like the adventures in Seasons of Mystery. If you saw my review of A Wicked Secret and Other Mysteries, I liked those, but I have to say I like the adventures in this book more than I did that book. And one of the reasons is because each of the 4 adventures in Seasons of Mystery stands apart from the others. One of the issues I had with A Wicked Secret and Other Mysteries is how similar in some ways many of the adventures were to other adventures in that book. And I kind of dinged the review score because of it. I still recommended it. I still like it. All I'm saying is I definitely do like this release more than that. Anyway, I love the fact that we've got the 4 different seasons. We have very unique adventures. Some of them feel very gothic. Some of them revolve around modernity versus the ancient ones. I think that's pretty cool. I love how we have some of that conflict, which is one of the themes that we do find at the heart of Vaesen adventures many times. I also like the fact that the Vaesen themselves are not just single note monsters or creatures. They have personalities to them. They have desires, they have drives, and they'll be very, very entertaining for game masters to run. All in all, really like all 4 of the stories, although I do want to point out the 1st and 4th are my favorites. So on a scale of 0 to 10, I give Vaesen, Seasons of Mystery, an 8.5 out of 10. I do strongly recommend you pick it up if you're running Vaesen. Now, lastly, I do want to point out, I just received the Lost Mountain Saga. Isn't that what it's called? Yes, the Lost Mountain Saga. I swear, it just arrived. I just brought it downstairs. We will be taking a first look at this during a live episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch this week. So stay tuned. If you're a subscriber, be sure to check the notes. I will be revealing when we're taking a look at this. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Wednesday the 18th. Might be Thursday the 19th. But remember, I've been talking about how Vaesen to me feels like it's best suited for very short campaigns as well as one-shot adventures. This is supposed to be a campaign with, I believe, 5 interconnected adventures. So I am very, very curious about this. It's also based on a podcast, too. So there is that. Anyway, stay tuned this week. All righty then, that is it for this time out. If you like the video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I upload videos such as this review, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more that you won't find here on the Gaming Gang channel. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for taking time out to watch the video. And until I see you next time, here's hoping all of you out there get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.